Welcome to the Prosperity Playbook. Welcome back. We are going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of social media today. In 2025 world, social media is pretty much everywhere you turn. I think everybody's constantly scrolling on one platform or another. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in.
And I'm making a checklist while we're talking about this.
A to-do list.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Courtney's got her to-do list and you got Renee and Brett here as well. So we're just going to kind of dive right in. And I like to start with some of the positive things sometimes. So for me, one of the really good things when I finally got into Facebook, I'll be honest, I resisted for a while. I did not feel like this was something I needed in my life, but I'm really glad that I did jump into it. It has been a way for me to connect with family members and even like college friends and high school friends. And I would have never stayed in touch with a lot of those people had I not had Facebook. So
yeah,
for
that's
me,
how I am with my family too. Like most of my extended family live in St. Louis or elsewhere, in the boondocks of Wyoming. And I would have no idea what was going on with them if it wasn't for being connected on social media. And I'm very thankful for that.
Then we were talking about, I had about 12 exchange students from all over the world, and I'm still friends with a good portion of them. And it's really interesting to see what's going on in their world or ask questions on cultural things, political things.
sure.
And then I have a portion of my family that is Norwegian too. And otherwise I would never know anything that was going on in their world.
That's so cool. That's something that's so special to me about social media is not only can you connect with people that are in other parts of the country, but literally all around the world. That's so beautiful.
Well, and I feel like for a lot of my family, it's the way that they've watched my daughter grow up. They've seen the pictures and, of course, the close family members would probably get texts of certain pictures here and there, but the extended family has been able to kind of watch that at their leisure. They can see everything that's happening, and I really think that that's special. I think it gives some of those older generations, like when you finally get them on Facebook, it gets them a way to stay engaged and stay, especially like my husband has two grandmas that live in Judith Gap, Montana, which is very remote, and there's not a lot of people there. So it gives them a way to stay connected to the family that isn't there. And my dad, he was just talking the other day about he wants to connect with some of his high school classmates. And I'm like, well, Facebook is the perfect way for you to do that. He's kind of at an age where he's like, all my friends are dying. And I'm like, well, great, find some new ones. Like find some old ones that were in your life that you could bring back.
One of my clients lives in France, and we were just talking this morning, and I posted the open house of his property here. And I said, are you on Facebook? I did not expect him to say yes, but he is. So I say, go look it up and share that on yours too, because when we have properties to sell, and our clients can help promote it all over the place too.
Absolutely. I think that's a good segue into what it's done for me on a business level. And like I said, I feel like I was a slow adapter to social media. I've kind of gone all in on it now, but it's been a game changer for my business. And not only that, just in my confidence in general. I think having to start doing videos on an almost daily basis has made me just be confident in whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm saying. And I think that comes across to my clients. And I really expected these clients that would come off of social media to be like super shoppers and they were going to call 47 different lenders. They're not. The people that find me off of social media, they've already done their research. They already know that they want to work with me. They've already done their shopping around. They've decided that there's more than just the absolute lowest interest rate out there. And they want to work with somebody that's an expert. They will actually reach out because my whole vision has been be approachable, make buying a house be something that's not so scary, not the stuffy banker in the ivory tower, but like me and my jeans in my house with my dogs. Like I want to help the person that thinks they can't buy a house. And your average scary stuffy banker, they're not going to call them.
Yeah.
So it's been really, really special to see what this has done for my business and the consistency in my business. And honestly, letting me help people that I wouldn't have had access to elsewhere. And that has just been a monstrous blessing for me.
Something that I love about my connections on Facebook specifically, I am a huge referral source for my network, excuse me, on Facebook, where We in Bozeman, Montana here, we have a couple of pages. One is called Secret Bozeman, one is called Ask Bozeman, and then there's another one called The Real Ask Bozeman, whatever that means.
And then there's an uncensored one.
And those pages are very, very impactful to be able to, people are constantly posting on there. I need somebody to come clean my carpets, help, who do you know? And just things like that, where I've talked about this many times, how it's so important for me to be well connected and to make sure that I can be a go-to girl when somebody needs somebody. They can call me and know that I know a person. So I'm able to refer those people online, and that not only directly impacts my business because people call me when they need to get a hold of somebody, but I'm then hopefully impacting my friends' businesses by directly referring them on there.
I don't know if I told you this before, but the power of social media I really learned with 2 pages that I created way back in the past. But one is Bozeman Lost Pet.
And you created it?
I created
Shut
it.
I had no
up.
idea.
Yep.
I see that all the time.
Same.
So I literally was standing in my driveway. I heard a screech, and this dog came flying around the corner, ran into my driveway, jumped in my arms, and was shivering. So it must have just gotten hit by the car. And I'd worked at the radio station before, and back then we always would say somebody found a dog. And it was Sunday. Everything was syndicated back then on Sunday. So I thought, wow, how can I find out where this dog goes? So I took its picture, and then I realized I could put it on Facebook. So I just created Bozeman Lost Pet that day, and that dog was found within an hour.
Yeah, I have gotten several dogs back home within an hour or two from that page. That's amazing.
How many followers are on that page now?
I have no idea. I gave it to this gal years ago because I couldn't keep up with it
I'm
anymore.
sure.
And I said, just promise to hand it off to the Humane Society. And I don't even know who manages
That's
it
amazing.
anymore.
That's so cool.
They cut me out of the whole thing.
Hey, that's okay. It's one less thing for you to do. But it serves a huge purpose. So that's amazing.
And then when we had the explosion downtown, I did support for Bozeman victims to be able to communicate to the outside world of what was happening down there, because it was so tragic and scary. And if you heard it or had anybody impacted in that block of downtown, that way we were communicating how people locally could go help, what we were learning, and I was just feeding stuff off of Twitter onto Facebook.
Well, I think that the power of the niche groups on social media is huge. I mean, for me, like when my parents were cut off by my brother a few years ago and we were all really struggling with it, social media was my savior in that. And literally I found there was a gal on TikTok who was the mom that had been cut out by her kids. And she had a page where she shared, this is how I got through it. This is how I was able to reconnect with my daughter. They now have a really great relationship. It's been kind of a success story of what happened with my family. But her page helped me so much because she provided so much perspective and so much real life content. And, I'm in several book clubs on Facebook, and I'm in several volleyball coaching pages on Facebook, and I'm in several insurance producer pages on Facebook. And it's just so nice to know that you have a community that you can go to for whatever specific niche topic it is that you want.
I think that's a really good point, because it connects you to the whole world. If you don't have a community of people that are like you in your town, that's okay, because you can find those people somewhere else. I had a mortgage moms Facebook group I was in forever, and it was like so refreshing to have all these people that knew exactly what I was going through. And they thought the same things were funny that I thought were funny.
You're like, these are my people.
These are my people. You get me. But it's also a black hole. Like, you can end up getting stuck in those. And there are some groups that I've just fully had to cut out because they're just a bitch fest. Yeah. And it's solid negativity and everybody's spiraling. And especially like in this current real estate market.
Yeah, I don't see any of that right now.
The mortgage and real estate pages right now are just like, what can I do for another job? And it's like,
side income.
No, just go pick. Actually, the last post that I saw said, what can I do to earn extra income while I wait for my phone to ring? And I was like, that's the problem. You do not wait for your phone to ring.
You must have just started
Go
in
out and
2021.
do the heavy lifting.
This is not how business works anymore.
Yeah.
It really never did. They just
No.
got spoiled in 2021.
Well, that's exactly right. I've said that before. 2020 and 2021 have ruined our industry. It made everybody think they were a superstar that had to do no more work other than answer their phone.
Well,
Not
so
true.
we've talked a lot about the good about social media, but kind of leaning into the bad of social media is on that note, I think a lot of people will either overshare the negative stuff or on the other side of that, you can feel like you are getting human connection because you're liking all of the posts that people are sharing and you're, maybe you're commenting on them, but even if you're just scrolling, it's so easy to feel connected with other people and you haven't actually had a person-to-person connection in weeks.
That's a really good point. And I will admit that I'm guilty of that, like looking for that validation. I guess I'll admit that that's what it is. It's validation of going like, how many views did this get? Or who commented on this? And it's coming from a genuine place of like wanting my content to be valuable to other people. I want them to interact. If a lot of people see it, that probably means it was a helpful thing. But it's very easy to hide behind that. And I will absolutely admit the last couple of years, I've become like practically a shut-in. Like, I don't want to leave my house. These guys showed up today. I'm in my sweatpants. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is what I live now. So there is a balance there. It does not completely replace that one-to-one connection of a phone call or going out and having something that, like dinner with your friends or something. You can't. It's not the same. Like having friends on Facebook is not necessarily the same as having actual friends that you interact with.
It's helping us with our mother, though. She's turning 80 in 2 weeks. And Facebook is huge for her to be able to see what's going on in our day-to-day world.
Absolutely.
And she has slowly learned how to like put little emojis on there. It's hysterical.
Cute.
I'm like, oh, good job, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how my dad is too. Like he doesn't know how to post anything, but he does know how to comment and like things. So.
I love that. I mean, even for me, it's school just started back in session here in Bozeman and Belgrade. And so all of the first day of school posts just came out. And for all of the gals that I used to coach, it was so heartwarming for me to see all of their first day of school posts. Cause a lot of the girls that were just little babies when I started coaching them are seniors now.
Yeah.
And it's so special for me to see that. And I liked them. I commented on them, but that's not the same as me sending them a text like, I can't believe you're a senior. I'm so proud of you. It's
you can
very
do both.
different. And I think you should do both,
Yeah,
especially for
agree.
the people that you really want to make sure they know that you genuinely care. I think it's very important to make sure, like you said, I'm making myself a to-do list. It's important to do both.
It is. And I think there's two parts of that. You look for pleasure and you look for pain. You're looking for reasons to call somebody, send somebody a note, send somebody a text that says congratulations or, so sorry for your loss or whatever that is. But I think that's the best effective way to use that is look for reasons to reach out to other people and see how you can help. But I agree. I love the first day of school pics. And having a daughter that's a senior this year, like our school in Belgrade does this really cool thing where they get to paint their own senior
Yeah, I would have
parking
never
spots.
known that.
It's so
cute.
freaking cool.
If
I
you
love
hadn't
it so
put it on
much.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You get to paint your parking spot. You have a dedicated parking spot as a senior. You paint it with whatever like floats your boat. And like watching everybody's pictures of that. And then the other cute trend is that they all have throwback backpacks. So like my daughter has this like little pink leopard print backpack with her name embroidered on the back. Like it's so cute. They all have little kid backpacks as seniors. And it's just like watching everybody else post the pictures of the senior traditions and everybody's senior pictures coming out. Like it is so fun. And you wouldn't get to see that stuff any other
Yeah,
way.
it's such a sense of community, but it can get you very easily stuck in the doom scroll.
Oh, it
and
totally
I feel like that's my biggest, like the bad of social media is the doom scroll because
Yep.
every once in a while I look at my screen time and I'm like, oh no.
I agree. My screen time kind of horrifies me sometimes, and I like very consciously try to limit it. But I do have timers. I have set myself timers for my social media as far as how much time I can spend per day. And I tried making it really small, like 30 minutes. And I found with having to do business on social media,
Yeah.
I can't have it that small. And I actually don't remember what it's even set at now, if it's 45 minutes or an hour. And it's very easy to snooze and like let it give you another 15 minutes. But that's my encouragement. Like if you find yourself as someone that doom scrolls, and I used to be like, I'd look up 2 hours later and be like, what the hell just happened? And I didn't even know. I like literally got lost in the black hole for a while. So
Yeah, I do that all the time when I'm going to post that open house
Yes.
or new listing, and I'm like, wait, what was I coming on here to do again? And I need to like write it down
Have
before
2
I ever
hours
hit
gone by.
Facebook.
Yeah.
oh, I know.
I'm really good about not being on there terribly long, but I do notice I get distracted quickly, and then I'm like, wait, what was I doing again?
I mean, by definition, that is how it works. But like for my, there's a lot of security in the mortgage world on our technology. So I have to get on my phone to get a code to log into most of my computer programs. And I hate it because it makes me pick up my phone. And then I see all these other notifications. And then I end up, and I took all the social media notifications off my phone, by the way. Like that's,
How do they turn on by themselves? I know I did not turn certain ones on last week, and I was like, why am I
New
getting
updates.
next door
Yeah.
notifications? I know I never clicked that.
yeah, I don't know. So I do think turning notifications off is helpful. I do think setting yourself a limit in your timers right on your app can certainly be helpful. But I do think that it's important to share what's real in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because sometimes, I mean, within reason, you don't need to show every little terrible thing that happens to you in your life. I mean, I definitely have had people that I have unfollowed because everything they said was just negative
Doom
or
and
drama.
gloom.
And I'm like, oh my God.
And I've also unfollowed people because they're like, my life is perfect and everything is great and peachy all the time.
Well, I think that's a trap, especially for our young kids, is they make everything look perfect. They see their friends and they see these influencers that everything is perfect, and they think that they're supposed to be perfect. Their body's supposed to be perfect. Their life is supposed to be perfect. Their boyfriend, their grades, all of these things. And it's just not reality. I mean, half of it's freaking filters. And, you know, you can post the highlight reel. That's what most people are doing on social media. And you just have to remember that that is the truth. It's not, you know, the bad days that they have necessarily. And I try to consciously post when things are not perfect, but you know, it's a challenge.
I was
Well,
laughing the other day. There was a gal here that she used to post a lot on Facebook for the makeup she was selling, and now she sells cars. You might know who she is. And her post always cracked me up because they're videos, and she was so excited about Taylor Swift getting engaged, and she was on her exercise equipment in the garage, and her golden retriever was like, what is going on? It was just, it's so cute how authentic she is all the time
Yeah.
with just, this is me today.
I love
I
it.
love that. Well, I think there are a lot of happy pages like that to follow. Like speaking of golden retrievers, if you don't follow Adventuring with Nala,
We
you better
love
just do
Nala.
it right now.
Nala stomps.
Like if you
Nala
have not, if
Stomps.
you don't know what the Nala Stomps is, you go find Adventuring with Nala on Instagram right now, and that will make you smile every single day. And like Chris is the most genuine, amazing human. I mean, if anybody is ever getting paid off Instagram, it should be that
It
guy.
should be him and
Like,
Nala.
give him all my money, and you know, like Nala's the queen of the world. So there's definitely things like that that you can follow, and I think that's like the algorithm is so good, it will show you more of what you watch. Like if you click on something, I accidentally clicked on a German Shepherd thing one time, and all of a sudden I'm getting German Shepherd posted. I'm like, no, golden retrievers, go back to golden
You're
retrievers.
like,
Like,
wait. Will you tell us a little bit about how the algorithm wants people who are authentic right now?
Absolutely. So if you are somebody that has aspirations of building a following for your business on one of the platforms, specifically Meta right now, this is the best time ever to do it, because, and I'm sitting here in almost September of 2025. The algorithm right now wants authentic. And here's the deal. Like everything is AI. Everything is polished, and people are over it. They just want to see you. They want to see your real authentic self. They don't want to see your AI written script. Not that they can't help refine that. Not that you can't get ideas from AI, but it needs to be you. And I truly, truly believe that that is one of the things that has made my Instagram page more successful than a lot of other lenders. Like I said before, I'm approachable. I'm not scary. So my last video editor that I was using, I had him pull back the editing. I don't want the fancy edits. I don't want all the B-roll. I don't want the fancy cinematography. And the more that we stripped that back, the better that our views became. And I just now switched to a local guy that stripped it back even more. And the feedback is crazy. Like people just want to see what's real because nobody's putting out real. So if you can be bold enough to be real, that's great. But you have just as much of a chance as an influencer that has 3 million followers of having your video be viewed right now. That's just the way the algorithm is. It's not giving preference for your non-followers to people that are big influencers, that you have just as much of a chance of your video going viral as an influencer does.
I'm
So
putting it on my list. You just gave me the guts to do it now.
I love it. But here's the thing with social media. If you want to build your business on social media, I highly recommend it. It has absolutely crushed for me. But people want to try it for like 2 weeks and then they want to give up and be like, well, that didn't work. I will tell you it took me 1 solid year. I mean, almost to the day, a year before I started to see actual business coming from it. I mean, I'm sure I had some benefits ahead of it. Definitely my conversion rate with clients increased because if they found my Instagram page versus like somebody else's canned business page, I'm going to win.
Right.
Because they already know who they're dealing with.
I mean, it's like the same thing as going to the gym. Yeah, maybe every once in a while you
Right.
have, a post that goes viral or something. Like maybe every once in a while you go and you have an excellent workout. You feel awesome afterwards. Going and having one awesome workout is not going to make you super fit. And
Right.
so it's something that you have to continuously do. You continuously pour into in order to actually gain the results that you want to gain out of
But
it.
make it fun for yourself so that you want to pour into it.
Absolutely.
Totally. And that's the thing. And I think it kind of becomes this like, for me, I don't have anything creative in my life. I'm like a numbers nerd. Like that's what I do.
And now look at you.
Right. And this has become such a good creative outlet for me. Like, I swear to God, I think in Instagram Reels now, and I'm talking to people all the time. I'm like, you should make a video about that. You should make a video about that. They're like, I don't make videos. I'm like, but you should, because that's a really good video.
How do you, when you first decided, I'm going to start utilizing my social media, how did you come up with the topics that you wanted to talk about? Or maybe how now do you come up with the topics? Because I feel like your social media is like you're posting all the time. And I always wonder how the hell you do it because I feel like I don't know how to come up with those many things.
Okay. So I post 5 videos a week now, which does seem like a lot, but I batch create it. So what I do is I actually keep a Word document open on my computer all the time. And I just, as clients, if I get the same question by multiple clients, I'm like, that's a video. Or if I have a good client story, or if I have something that pisses me off, or just like whatever it is that pops into my brain, I just throw the idea on this Word document. I don't necessarily write the whole script at that point. But I have like scheduled times with my video guy. The guy I use now, I do every 2 weeks. And so the night before I'm going to shoot with him, I will go back to that list and then I'll write out my scripts. So whatever my ideas were in there, I kind of just ideate out bullet points of what I actually want to say. And then when he shows up, I print out, 10 to 15 video scripts. And then I just kind of rip them off. We shoot that many at a time. And then the video editor just posts. This guy posts for me. The last guy actually just edited them all and then would send them to me to post. I've just decided like, I'm going to give up that control. I trust you. We're just going to do this. And it's actually worked really well. And it's given me time back in my life. But I think the key is to batch create it when you're shooting. If you try to go shoot a video every day, you will fail. It's too hard.
Yeah, that's what I've tried to do. And I have failed
You
many
just
times.
can't. It's
Nope.
just too hard to move. For me, my brain doesn't go back and forth between loans and social media.
No,
like
not
that's
at
why
all.
I like shooting this podcast at the end of the day, because I have fun in this creative mindset. To go back into doing loans after that is extremely difficult. It's
And
like
sometimes
switching.
we have wine.
Yeah. Cheers.
Usually we have wine. But I do, it's been a real work in progress. It definitely does take the time to do it. But I think the key to getting social media to work is it's not about you. It's not about if your hair is perfect. It's not about like, oh, are you getting my good side? Is this a valuable video for the people that are going to watch it? It's about them. And if the information is good, fucking post it.
So
That's
can
it.
I take all my old videos that I chickened out posting? and
Absolutely.
take them on there now.
Yes, absolutely.
I
And
actually
that's the
just
key.
found some that I had saved as drafts that I was like afraid to post because I was, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Are people going to judge me? Do I look?
Yeah.
Nobody cares if you look perfect. Actually, people will care more that you don't look perfect than if you do
Yeah.
look perfect.
They
And
won't
so-
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a really good friend that does a lot of social media stuff. She's out of Washington, and she's always like, she will point out like, oh my God, did you see my hair in this? And I'm like, nobody would see it if you didn't tell us.
Yep.
Like,
There's
nobody.
another local girl here, and she is an actress and model, but she popped her tooth out one day. And she did a video with her husband about how ridiculous she looked.
I bet it was her best viewed video ever.
That and then the one of their family going on a trip from hell to Scotland and Ireland for her birthday. Always wanted to do it, but oh my God, I was watching it the other night and I said, you just made my day so much better.
Well, that's the thing. People want relatable stuff. Like, they don't want to see that you're perfect all the time, especially if I had a shitty day. I don't want to see how perfect your day was. Like, tell me what went wrong for you too. Like, cheers. Let's have something that was, and it's not like I'm rooting for anybody's downfall by any means, but it's all about being relatable. And again, it is not about you. It is about, is this good information? If the information is good, post it. And you want to put the most interesting part of it in the beginning. Don't ever start by introducing yourself like, hi, my name is Renee Gogler. No, they already scrolled past. They don't give a shit who you are. They care what you have to say.
Like first 3 seconds,
Yep.
do something interesting.
The most important part of the story goes in the very beginning. And if you can keep them for that 3 seconds, then you can tell the rest of it. And, the shorter, the better. The stories always do the best. Like, you just want to really be who you are, but give it to them. Tell the story. Tell what Brett, I have 1,000 ideas for you if you want to do insurance videos. Like, claim stuff would be huge.
Well, even what you were dealing with today.
Yeah. And not only even that, but we've talked about home warranties, and there's so many things about what you do that are interesting on another level that people just don't understand.
I think I just need to nerd out because I think a lot of the time I second guess myself because things that are so interesting to me because this is my job, I'm like, oh, people don't want to hear about that. But they probably do.
They probably do. And I think when in doubt, here's the thing. If you post a shitty video, it's okay.
Yeah.
If it's really bad and
the world
nobody
won't
looks
stop
at it,
spinning?
you could delete it. But here's the thing. It's okay. You don't always know which ones are going to hit and which ones are going to totally flop. And sometimes it's a total surprise. You're like, didn't see that happening. Some of my best viewed videos are me sitting at the campground at the picnic table with my sunglasses on and my t-shirt ranting about whatever the hell happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the random stuff that's not polished. My video guy is not there. It's a selfie or what I just popped into my head that I'm like driving in my truck and I had to pull over and share it right now.
I usually hear from people when I'm at a party in town or at something about what they saw that I did on my social media. And I don't think anybody's looking at it, but they are.
Oh, they're
just
all watching.
not commenting.
Well, and that's the thing. And people tell me this all the time. Oh, I watch your stuff all the time. I'm like, really? I had no idea. Because they're not liking and they're not commenting. So I've started telling people like, that's awesome. If you throw a little like on there, a little heart, little comment, like, thank you for this, or share it with somebody else. Like, that is literally how social media works. Like, please look me
Sharing
up.
is the best.
Help me, please.
You mentioned something that we would be doing a huge disservice if we did not say this. Tell us about the location thing that you told us a couple days ago, because hoofda.
So Instagram, just their new update, it gives you the option to share your location in real time. And Snapchat's had this for years. And it's, as a mom of a teenage girl, it's always scared the shit out of me, to be honest, because I don't really want my daughter's location to be known for every single person out there that is on Snap. And if you have a teenage daughter, like if you don't have a teenage daughter, you're like, dear God, why are they on Snap with people they don't know? If you do have a teenage daughter, you already know.
Yeah.
Like, it just happens. Like, there's this kid in the next town and he's a friend of this person. Like, it just happens. I still hate it all. Don't get me wrong.
My 20-year-old sister flew to a different state to go meet somebody that she met through Snapchat. And I was like, this is how serial killers find their victims. What are
I
you
just
doing?
told my stepdaughter that too.
Yeah. You definitely have to be careful about that. But for my daughter, my rule has always been like, you don't turn your location on unless it's a specific time you're looking for people. Like, for example, we used to go to cheer competitions and then we'd get to Salt Lake City and we'd turn on locations for everybody so that they could see when the other girls landed and they knew who was already at the hotel.
Is that different than Find My Friends?
Yes. So that's actually Snapchat. Instagram just launched the same thing. So you have an option. It's supposed to default to off, but it will ask you if you want to share your location. And it's for everybody that follows you. And so mine is off. You will not have that on there. Now, I have Find My Friends. I have Life 360, and I have some groups with my friends that I find real convenient, by the way. Like, we have a Goose Girls, like Luke, lake chat. So we can see where each other are at on our boats or who's at the lake and who's not. Real freaking convenient. I just want everybody to share their location with me so I know who's on the lake at all times. But you have to be really careful who you're sharing that with. You don't want some random stalker knowing where your teenage daughter is at all times. So definitely make sure you know what your setting is on Instagram. If you don't want your location shared, which I recommend, turn it off.
Yeah. I think along those same lines, it's very important to know there are stalkers, there are predators on social media. You have to be really careful, especially with AI these days. We've had a lot of conversations about just the different ways that people can trick you these days, and it's just beware of catfishers. Beware that just because somebody has messaged you and is being nice, they might not be the person that you think that they are. Be so careful.
Yeah, and we're going to do an episode on that coming up about all the different scams that are out there. But just because somebody's profile picture seems like somebody nice, you got to be really careful. And it's very challenging, I think, on the business side of things, because you want to expand it and you want to have more followers and more friends and whatever else, but you don't really know. And I get a friend request every day from like a family member that's somebody's duplicated their account and they're sending it to me. So again, we'll do another episode on that down the road. But there is one other thing that I want to chat about before we leave, which is what happens when you lose access to your Facebook or your account in general, because that actually happened to me several years ago. And it was honestly crushing. By the way, you lose your Facebook, good freaking luck. Facebook has zero phone support. No way that anybody can help you.
No actual human that you can call and talk to.
No, you can get into these chat rooms and they will just copy and paste you the things that you've already done. And there was literally no way for me to recover this. And basically what happened is my cell phone got wiped when I got a new phone before I was able to set it up. I had set it up with third-party authentication because somebody had tried to hack it. Well, then I couldn't get back into the third-party authentication because my old phone got wiped before my new one got set up. And it was user error, totally admit it, but there was no way for me to recover it. And I spent tons and tons and tons of time. I spent actually a couple of years trying to recover my Facebook before I finally just gave up and started a new one. My old business page is still out there. And my company always is like, you need to update this for compliance. And I'm like, I literally can't. If you can make it go away, do it. Because there's this old Facebook account that nobody's posted on in 4 years. And people are probably like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, please go to my Instagram. Please find me somewhere else or find the new Facebook. Because there's a personal and a business old Facebook page, Renee Broston Gogler, that just live out there. And all my memories from my daughter growing up are on there. And I was truly devastated. Yeah,
That's
all of
on
it.
the list.
I loved my memories.
Well,
Download my
one of your
pictures.
friends that we were talking to a couple of weeks ago, her Facebook, she got locked out of it, and now she can't create any with even a close name because they think that she's AI. They think she's fake, and so she's like, I can't even make a new Facebook unless I use a fake name, and that's just crazy.
Right. Hers was actually even worse than mine. Hers actually got hacked, and the hackers got access to it and then locked her out. And then basically we're sending messages to all her followers. And she had a nutrition coaching business and she had a ton of followers. She had this huge following. And then these guys hacked her account and they were spamming all of these people, but they didn't know because it looked like it was coming from her. And so she tried to get it blocked, and she was the one that kept getting blocked because the spammers had done such a good job, or the hackers. And then she tried to create a new Facebook page, and Facebook keeps blocking her because the spammers, the hackers, had reported her. And so she has no Facebook right now because of that. So that is truly terrifying to me. For me, I think it was a little bit God telling me it's time to do Instagram. I'd said I was going to do Instagram forever and didn't do it. And I didn't want to do it. And then finally, when I lost my Facebook, I was like, okay, I guess I'll do
time.
Instagram. And so I did. And now I have really learned to love Instagram. But Facebook is just a different beast. There's a different demographic. And if you do want to promote a business on it, I think you got to do multiple platforms. I don't think you have to do them all. I don't have a Twitter account. I don't have a TikTok account. I've been too afraid it's going to get shut down. My new video guy's like, you should be on TikTok. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't need another thing. Also, I'm not funny. I'm not
You
that
are
interesting.
funny.
I don't think that's my platform.
So when do you put your videos in the stories versus in the feed?
So what I personally do is I put my business videos in my feed, in the actual Reels section. And Instagram is smart enough. It will tell you when your followers are on, like when you should be posting things. And so we kind of watch that and we post it during those times typically. And then what I personally do, so my Facebook and Instagram are linked. So when I post on Instagram, it posts automatically to Facebook. And then the next day I will share it to my story because that will get a few more views on the video, and And the algorithm's like, oh, why are people looking at this again? So it will show it to more non-followers. And then I also share it to LinkedIn at that time. I don't get a lot of views on LinkedIn. Video is not the main thing. If I post a picture and some verbiage on LinkedIn, I'll get way more engagement than I will on a video. But same situation. I already made the video, so I'm just going to post it. It's going to be there. So that's my personal like strategy for it. And then stories is important too. So the goal is like 3 to 5 stories a day. If I see somebody that has 10 stories, I ain't watching them. I will skip right past it. I'm like, there's no way you had that much interesting things in your life today. And I smell a red flag right from the start. But so it's usually the more personal stuff, like what my dogs are doing, or what the weather is doing, or surfing with my family, or whatever.
I like the engagement on stories too,
Yeah.
when you can do like little polls or things where people can interact with an easy button click. I really like those on stories.
I think so too. And there are some people that will only watch stories. And that's why I share my videos to the stories, because otherwise some people just flat wouldn't see them. I'm more of a watching reels versus watching stories. I'll maybe click on the first 2 or 3 stories, but not a lot more than that. So
I think that might be a generational thing too.
It might be.
Because a lot of the kids that I've coached, a lot of my Montana State athletes and my sister, they have like no reels or posts on their page, but then every day they're posting stories. So I think it's important to do both when you're trying to reach as broad of an audience as possible.
Yep, you're hitting 2 different demographics there for sure. So I think, it's important to do both, but I definitely post more personal stuff in my stories. And I post more personal stuff on my Facebook because that's where my family and stuff is. But one of the things I want to make sure I mention is I have gotten so much more business from my sphere of influence, meaning my family and my friends, because of my posts on Facebook that are consistent with these videos. And I think it's because, 1, it reminds them what I do, but 2, they know I'm good at what I do now, and they feel confident sending me referrals. Whereas before, they might be like, oh, they might know in the back of their brain that I'm a mortgage person, but even if they do remember, they're like, I don't know if she's good or not. Should I refer my friends? But now they know I'm good because the information that I'm providing is actually helpful to them. So I have had way more referrals from family and friends than I ever had, which is really special for me.
Well, and I think there's also a sense of security if you're like, hey, go talk to Renee, and somebody looks up your page and they see that you have hundreds of videos of knowledge that's helpful to them, like that, you automatically are a safe resource.
It's instant credibility.
Totally.
And again, not scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we could talk about social media all day. There's so many different platforms. We're all different generations that use social media too. I think it would be really interesting if we got like a 20-year-old in here to talk about it, because they would probably have different opinions than we do. But there's definitely plenty of good, plenty of bad, plenty of ugly with social media. But I think that it can be what you want it to be. It can be what you make it. And there can be a lot more good if you are using it the right way, if you're being safe with it, and if you're being authentic.
I think so too. And I think one thing that's important to note is that if you do grow a bigger following, you will get hate. You will get people talking shit and you just have to know, like, that's the sign you made it. Like, people are going to say things. Okay. So this is funny. My dad is terrified about the videos. He came in yesterday and he was like, I watch your videos every day and I'm really concerned that you're going to piss some people off. And I'm like, Dad, I'm trying to say things that are my opinion, that are like not maybe a little controversial, because I'm trying to start conversation. And I'm actually going to post a video that says this later this week. But because I actually believe people can have different opinions and still be friends and talk about it in a, actual civil manner and not just get pissed because you have a different opinion than me. And I told him, I'm like, Dad, I'm doing it on purpose. I want people to know what my opinions are and I want them to engage. And I'm super open-minded. If you have a different opinion than me, tell me about it. I want to know why you think the way that you think. And he's just so terrified that nobody's ever going to send me business again because I said something like this much controversial. And
that's actually really interesting, because my mom told me, like, don't post anything political. Don't post anything that is clearly going to exclude, certain people, because you're going into business and, you want to make sure that people want to work with you. But that was a few years ago. And I don't believe that anymore, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to post anything that's like super going to exclude a bunch of people.
Right.
I don't think any of my beliefs are like that anyways. But
Right, same.
I also think it's really important for me to authentically post, this is what I believe. This is what I don't believe. This is what I think is controversial. This is what I don't think is controversial. And if you don't want to work with me because I strongly feel this way about something, we probably weren't meant to work
Totally.
together anyways, because I don't need those people in my circle.
That's
I've
exactly.
pissed off some family members already in one of our initial episodes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dun, dun,
They
dun.
just remembered the history a little differently from each other, so I just let them have at it.
Yeah, and I think there's always going to be that potential, and people are going to remember things differently. And I think I admire you for sharing your stories, both of you, and being authentically you and sharing your journeys. I mean, that's literally what we're here for, is to help other people learn from our experiences, our mistakes, whatever that looks like. So I think it's good to share that stuff.
I agree.
Well, I need to go to the rodeo now.
Okay.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We have lots of fun episodes coming your way. Our episode that we're pretty excited about that will be coming out soon is What the Fuck is for Dinner? We were talking about meal planning and how it's hard to plan a meal every evening for the rest of eternity. So
Yeah, it's like the worst part of adulting is figuring out what's for dinner every night. And who knew?
Yep, and there's a funny insurance commercial that says that. And you have to think of what's for dinner for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So stay tuned for that. We're excited for that. And if this has been helpful for you, please please share, please follow us, subscribe. Our goal is literally to help as many people as we can. So please do share this with anybody that you think it might be helpful for.
Here's to empowering each other one story at a time.
Cheers.